This is Mudano reporting for North Avenue Nation. Here with me is Dr. Tricia Mulligan, head of the Political Science Department here at Iona. So let's talk government shutdown. We're in day 4, and it appears that there's no foreseeable end in sight.
I think that day 4 is actually not the worst that it can be. In the past, there have been shutdowns lasting up to 3 weeks. I think the good news is that John Boehner is trying very hard to wrangle the Tea Party Republicans in with the mainstream Republicans. I think they're conceding that fighting with the president is one thing, but fighting and losing is another.
And President Obama has almost made a point to not speak out as much in the past when he's gotten into these battles with Congress. But in this case, he's been more vocal about his disappointment.
Absolutely. I think in this case, there's 2 issues. One, it's one thing to have expiration of certain budgetary allocations. It's another thing to have the entire government shut down. But the key issue is that this is about repealing Obamacare, right? Named for him, his one push probably will be his legacy, and for him to concede on that point would be to concede his presidential power in a sense.
And he's not the only one speaking out. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid spoke out against John Boehner, saying that he maybe cares more about his job than he does about this country. So are they caught up in almost mudslinging instead of getting a resolution happening?
I think initially it was mudslinging. I think what you're having happen now in the last 2 days is you have Republican leaders in the Senate, in the House, governors from states like Tennessee who are criticizing their Republican cohort in Washington. Governor Jeb Bush from Florida came out and said, we're trying to reconfigure the party and rejuvenate it, and you people in Washington are messing us up. So I think what you're seeing is a result of a divisiveness within the party. That mudslinging was part of it, but now the Republicans kind of realize that's not going to fly, and they're going to have to regroup and figure out what the next steps are.
So just bottom line, how long do you see this lasting, just from your own political science perspective and opinion?
I would say probably we won't see a resolution before the end of next week at the earliest, and it might even drag out a week or 2 beyond that. So I would say within a month, things should be resolved. Now, of course, the issue will be how well will it be resolved? Is this going to be a temporary stay, a 1 month at a time budget? And that's, I think, where the compromise is going to have to come in. Can they figure out a big picture, or are they going to have to put Band-Aids, along the line just to keep the government limping along? And that remains to be seen.